A 10-member Tzu Chi disaster relief assessment team arrives in the hardest hit area. Philippine Tzu Chi volunteers distribute daily supplies for the homeless population during the holidays. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. Panagalang is the hardest hit area by the Indonesian tsunami caused by underwater landslides after volcanic eruption. The 10-member Tzu Chi disaster relief assessment team has successfully arrived on scene to discuss with the military on follow-up relief work. Originally a densely populated village, in one split second became unrecognizable. Even a sea turtle weighing hundreds of kilograms was rushed by the tsunami onto a tree. Many volunteers helped get the sea turtle back to the water.
When I was cleaning up the debris with some friends of mine earlier, we accidentally stumbled across a sea turtle trapped in the tree. So we all decided to help get the sea turtle back into the ocean.
It was a powerful force. Many houses were almost completely destroyed in the impact. Roads were seriously damaged, so no entry was allowed. Both the military and search and rescue teams are in full swing. The local villagers all fled, and most of them took refuge inside a local mosque. When they returned to their homes, it was no longer the familiar atmosphere they once knew.
There are about 100 households here. Most of them all fled to the nearby village, the Susukan village. There are about 200 to 300 villagers residing there.
The hardest hit area is about 2.5 hours drive from Jakarta. Therefore, 10 Tzu Chi volunteers formed the disaster relief assessment team and headed over to Panagalang. They are there to discuss follow-up assistance with the military. Back in September, Indonesia was just hit with a tsunami, and now, due to the volcanic eruption, another disaster struck. Volunteers are praying piously and supporting fully any way they can to help assist the affected individuals. Staying on the topic of the Indonesia tsunami, unfortunately, many people are still unaccounted for. Hundreds of buildings were damaged, and rescuers continue to advance into the hardest hit areas. Upon hearing the news, global Tzu Chi volunteers and staff members all gather in groups to sincerely pray for all the affected individuals. Each bamboo coin bank is an accumulation of everyone's daily kindness and love. Facing so many natural disasters worldwide, Daling Tzu Chi Hospital not only donated bamboo coin banks, but all the medical staff and volunteers gathered in the main hall and sincerely prayed for all of humanity.
Nowadays, the natural disasters are getting more and more frequent and more powerful in force as well. In addition to us being aware, Dharma Master Zheng Yan also hopes that all of us can be on the same page, have a consensus, which means we must face these things with the utmost courage.
The volcano erupted, causing a massive tsunami to sweep across the land. Every single image on the news was shocking. In order to sincerely pray for all those who are affected in Indonesia, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital staff and volunteers specially took the break time at noon to gather everyone's good thoughts.
In addition to praying for the affected individuals, another crucial part was advocating, other than ourselves, but our friends and families, to adopt the vegetarian diet.
At the same time, but in different places, the Tzu Chi's Humanitarian Culture Center also mobilized both staff and volunteers to connect in the name of great love. We must use our own peace and share our blessings with the distant people that are struggling.
A volcano in Indonesia erupted and caused a tsunami. This is a very rare occurrence since it had caused an atypical tsunami. I just wanted to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and pray together piously. It's with best wishes that the lives that have been taken by the disaster can all rest in peace.
United with one heart, singing loudly the prayers for the affected, the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center invited the people in the main hall of the hospital to send their love and prayers to the disaster-stricken areas in Indonesia, hoping the damaged homes and broken hearts will be mended soon. In the aftermath of the 2011 Tohoku earthquake, the Japanese government built apartment complexes for the 580 affected households in one of the biggest cities in the area. The community chairperson hopes it can become one of the top communities in Japan. Therefore, support from Tzu Chi volunteers are greatly valued.
The clean streets and new apartment complex are part of the Aoi community in Higashima Tsushima. The government has built these residences for the 2011 Tohoku earthquake-affected residents. Tzu Chi volunteers have been invited to hold a prayer ceremony here.
In the aftermath of the earthquake, Tzu Chi volunteers traveled from Taiwan to distribute financial assistance to us. We will not forget that.
Besides the warm welcome of the community chairperson, many residents have brought bamboo coin banks and rice to attend the event.
Several years ago, Mr. Takechi said that he wanted the community to become very fortunate. Seeing the smiles on everyone's faces today, I think his dream has come true.
At the prayer ceremony, seeing the scenes of disaster in the video, many residents are reminded of the earthquake and overcome with sorrow. Fortunately, the volunteers played guitars to entertain everyone, putting smiles back on their faces.
Now I feel very blessed. I have already lived to 90 years old. Even if I leave the world now, I would feel blessed. Your coming here is a kind of blessing for us.
After settling the affected residents in this community, I hope they can also grow spiritually. For the past few years, I've been trying to build this community to become the #1 community in Japan. Therefore, Tzu Chi's spiritual support is very important for us.
With the new residences and the spiritual support of Tzu Chi volunteers, these residents are gradually putting the trauma caused by the earthquake behind them.
Turning our cameras back to Taiwan, a couple in Nantou has been caring and providing financial assistance for children in remote areas for the past 12 years already. There's an after-school class that was established at a local tribal village.
As the Qinliu tribe in Nantou, students learn indigenous language after school.
As indigenous people, we should not be looked down upon by others. We should also learn to be self-reliant.
The after-school class can continue to operate because of financial aid provided every month. The couple, Dai Chunxiong and Zhang Achun, who are both Tzu Chi volunteers, employ a driver to pick up more than 30 children.
When they saw us, they usually said that the grandpa and grandma were coming with steamed buns. Everyone comes forward happily.
Over the past 12 years, besides preparing steamed buns and snacks, the couple also bring glutinous rice dumplings.
That year, his wife was hospitalized for a while due to a fall. She asked her daughter to cook glutinous rice dumplings, and then Mr. Dai delivered them here personally.
Dai Chunxiong also wants to thank the local residents who cared for him when he ran the rice mill in the mountainous area.
When I was there, people in the tribal village were very nice to me. More than 90% of them had dealings with me.
Though the rice mill has closed permanently, their affinity has continued. Over the past 10 years, Dai Chunxiong and Zhang Achun gave selflessly without asking for anything in return. Their only desire is to provide a happy and healthy learning environment for these children.
The Jingsi Drum Team in Kaohsiung consists of many young team members. They wanted to make a contribution to DaAi TV, so a charity event was held. They made various types of bread to inspire the compassionate givings of the public.
The members of Kaohsiung Jingsi Drum Team needed the dough quickly as they needed to distribute the bread before the end of the year.
The donation will go into DaAi Television. This is a group of youth who wanted to give back. Through this charity event, they can learn that a small gesture is all you need to make a difference.
The people inside the kitchen are all volunteers. Among them, Huang Dazhan's family owns a baking business.
I wouldn't say I'm here to give a lesson. What we are doing is a little different. It's volunteer work, and all of us are doing this from our hearts.
For people who are good in baking, it's a chance to help out. But for many, they're only beginners.
We put our efforts into baking, and the quality of the bread can't be bad. We have to make sure the products are perfect when we deliver them to our clients.
From packaging to shipping, the volunteers did it all by themselves.
订的是数量是5包吐司，是吗？
Through this event, we can see the youth treasure every opportunity to practice filial piety and doing good deeds. Their efforts have gathered the love from all over the country.
In Catholic countries like the Philippines, Christmas is a very important time. Since the beginning of December, the whole country has been filled with festive vibes. However, not everyone has the opportunity to celebrate the holidays. That's why Tzu Chi volunteers prepare daily supplies to distribute to the local homeless population.
In December, the streets of Manila are full of Christmas spirit. However, in dark corners, there are many homeless people. Before the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter held a Christmas distribution for the homeless, volunteers took to the streets 2 days in advance to assess the conditions of the homeless. They wanted to give out all of the daily supplies they had prepared. On the distribution day, volunteers set up tents on the streets, waiting for the homeless to receive supplies. This time, they prepare the necessities that everyone can use in their daily lives.
Masaya sila.
During Christmas holidays, most of the people feel happy and blessed. However, the homeless people cannot feel this festive atmosphere. Therefore, aid supplies we have distributed are daily necessities which they can use every day.
I've been wandering on the streets for a long time, but I have never met someone like you who took the initiative to distribute supplies to us. I did not believe it was true until I received many supplies from you. Thank you so much.
21-year-old Irene Padilla, whose parents divorced, became a mother when she was 18. Her husband earns money by working as a tricycle driver. Her family has slept on the streets for many years.
These are a great help to us because we seldom receive gifts like this. Since Christmas is around the corner, the gifts make everyone happy.
The Christmas gift given by volunteers not only reduce the burden on these adults, but also children can feel the joy of the holiday through different activities.
I saw children dancing happily. Their happiness also influences us. We feel that we have done the right thing. Staying in the Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers made handmade cushions from recycled fabric that was transformed from PET bottles. All of these cushions were donated to people with physical disabilities who has to sit in wheelchairs for long periods of time.
Using recycled cotton fabric to weave cushions, these are gifts that the local Tzu Chi volunteers and elementary school students want to give to physically challenged people.
I did this to encourage people with physical disabilities. I want to tell them not to give up because the setbacks we encounter are our life lessons.
A care recipient said that he cannot move like ordinary people because he has to sit in a wheelchair 365 days a year. It is very hard and uncomfortable sitting all day. I told them that if they can make cushions for the physically challenged people and let them feel cool when they sit on them, they will feel more comfortable. During the production process, they all felt positive energy.
The cushions were given to a Catholic group where physically challenged people make a living with their hands. Volunteers brought woven cushions and distributed to them.
I'm very happy to have this cushion. It is very soft, which is very good for people who sit in a wheelchair. I feel more comfortable when moving my body.
I believe that Tzu Chi has a benevolent heart as they treat everyone equally. We always appreciate the hard work of volunteers because we see their sincerity. In fact, I also want to become a Tzu Chi volunteer because I have been inspired by them.
So excited na rin po kami.
Both the givers and receivers have been influenced mutually by the positive energy.
Indonesia's Sinamas group adheres to the spirit of giving back to society. Over the years, many employees have become Tzu Chi volunteers and have long been engaged in various public welfare activities. This year, once again, they cooperated with the military to organize a free cataract clinic. This time, it took place in the second largest city of West Kalimantan's Sindan City. West Kalimantan's Sindan City has the largest river in Indonesia, the Kapuas River. People here are mostly fishermen and farmers, with many suffering from cataracts.
80% of the residents in Sintan City, whether men, women, or children, suffer from cataracts. For children, the majority are congenital cases due to mothers getting infections during pregnancy.
Most cataract patients are from economically disadvantaged families. Therefore, Sinamas group employees and Tzu Chi volunteers cooperated with the military to organize a free cataract clinic.
After I recover fully, I will be able to see clearly again. I would like to continue working, continue growing vegetables for a living.
Out of the 544 patients, 240 successfully underwent surgery.
In West Kalimantan, there are still many residents who need the services of the free cataract clinic, so I hope that we can still continue to have this next year.
Acara baksos katarak ini.
Sudah tidak bisa dioperasi pun sama saja.
For patients who cannot be operated on, the medical staff carefully explain the reasons. With great compassion, they will continue to accompany the residents. Whenever a child is sick and has a fever, the parents are always worried sick. On the one hand, they want to immediately give them fever-reducing medications, but on the other hand, many have doubts about when exactly is appropriate to do this. Let's see what the doctors recommend. When a child is sick, the parents are always worried, especially when an infant comes down with a fever. The parents will stay up to take care of their every need, hoping it doesn't get worse. So how many degrees does the fever need to reach before giving fever-reducing medication? New parents are the most nervous.
Having a fever is actually a symptom. If you reduce the fever too early, it will actually inhibit our immune response. So normally, if the fever does not go over 39 degrees Celsius, it's not always necessary to immediately reduce it. However, in special cases, such as patients that have a history of fever seizures, serious neuromuscular disorders, chronic diseases, dealing with lung and heart problems, or chronic anemia, even just overall physical discomfort, then it's recommended to not let the fever exceed 38 degrees Celsius.
According to the Taiwan Healthcare Reform Foundation survey on the current situation of children's medication in Taiwan, nearly 70% of parents do not know that there are special medicines with specially calculated dosages for children. In general, the composition of medicines for both adults and children are the same. However, because children's bodies are still growing, so the absorption, metabolism, excretion, and effects of medicines are different from those of adults. If you gave a child a drug that was meant for adult consumption, they may suffer from excessive dosages.
For example, in some cases, it will cause problems with the kidneys and hepatitis in the liver, even liver failure. In addition, for children under the age of 18, it's especially not recommended to use aspirin as a fever-reducing drug.
In addition, not all medications can be cut in half or grind into powder for children to consume, such as extended-release drugs that are meant to withstand the stomach acid, enteric ingot, sublingual ingot, and drugs containing stimulating ingredients. Once the original form has been tampered with, it may cause risks. Doctors remind us that infants younger than 3 months old can use a rectal temperature reading. For babies over 3 months old, the ear temperature reading can be used. Once a fever exceeds 38 degrees Celsius, immediate medical attention is needed. In addition, the child is not a miniature version of an adult, so do not try giving them adult drugs or else regret might be the end result. In Taiwan, 2 women with backgrounds in public health founded a team called the Health League. It produces public health educational films for dental clinics. Currently, 30 dental clinics are broadcasting their films so that patients can be well informed and less afraid of seeing the dentist.
Flipping through the dental health instruction pictorial book, the child is also attracted by the TV film.
兔子、狮子，
你觉得可爱吗？
蛮可爱的。
The children are easily drawn to animated films. This way, they will have an easier time absorbing the knowledge we want them to understand.
会比较容易吸收。
The film combines lively music and lovely animals, and its topics range from children's use of fluoride to seniors caring for dentures. All these health instruction films are produced by Health League.
刷牙是我们每天都会做的事情，但是你真的会刷牙吗？
因为后来那个淑仪那个声音后来要改嘛。淑仪那个声音吗？对，要请他重录。我觉得医学跟卫教。
Medical practice and health education does not need to be too difficult to understand. We want everyone to understand the importance of public health education and good health. A good health education film is understood even by children.
Wang Wenli has a doctorate degree in public health education. She worked at Tzu Chi Hospital's Community Medical Practice Department, promoting health education in the communities.
We made films and animation back then, and we found out that the effect was quite good. The medical professionals also felt that they no longer had to repeat what they said. The patients can also discuss some problems with them after watching the films.
Seeing the importance of public health education, she decided to recruit young people and start her own business.
I did not hesitate because I chose to work at Tzu Chi Hospital's Community Medical Practice Department due to my active nature. I enjoy running around outside. I do not want to be sitting in the office all the time. In addition, I enjoy learning about new exciting things.
刺激好玩的东西，它这个牙套，我就觉得画的跟实际上在做矫正的时候戴的维持器是一样的。这个东西都不能做，因为我戴过。
Founded in 2017, Health League has already uploaded more than 100 films on the video and audio platform. In the beginning, its content ranges from a variety of topics. A year later, they changed their strategy.
We met many enterprise instructors and later felt that we should focus on one topic.
Most of the clinics in Taiwan are dental clinics. There are about 6,000 to 7,000 of them. I heard too many people tell us that both adults and children are afraid of seeing the dentist.
Among the more than 22,000 clinics in Taiwan, 1/4 of them are dental clinics. Health League has produced a series of dental education films to be broadcast in dental clinics, so the patients won't be afraid of seeing dentists.
I am less afraid because I can learn more about my teeth through the animations. I do not usually do research on what happened to my teeth.
Medical practice is quite professional. Therefore, most patients are not familiar with what will happen to their teeth during the treatment. With animations and pictures, patients can understand what the dentist will do to their teeth. Then, when they seek treatment, they will know what questions to ask the dentist.
These public health education films have brought the patients closer to the medical professionals and opened up new possibilities for medical industries.
The Dallas Tzu Chi Grade Love Preschool and Kindergarten attaches great importance to moral character education. This time, the children made various sweets to help cultivate the public's compassionate giving. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays.